What's poppin', hookers? Me, almost Stan Scooch. How we doing today? Do you guys remember the early 2000s, back when George W. Bush was the leader of the free world?
I know the human being and fish can coexist peacefully.
I remember those days. And another thing that happened that took the country by storm, took over the airwaves, if you will, reality TV shows.
Hi again, everybody. I'm Roger Lodge, and thanks for joining me for more Blind Date.
I'm Carl, I'm 21, and I play college baseball, so I can't wait to show this girl my big back.
Martha Stewart can lick my scrotum.
Now, one of the best reality shows, in my opinion, at the time, that really stood out to me is going to be Flavor of Love. But before we can talk about the train wreck that is Flavor of Love, we gotta talk about who Flavor Flav is. Now, Flavor Flav is one of the founding members of Public Enemy back in the 80s. And he's the one that stood in the background, jumped around, said crazy shit, yelled, "Yeah, boy," and I just did that, man. I just did that. Now it's going on the internet. Great. But anyway, yeah, that's him. He just kind of hyped people up. If you needed to be hyped up or needed to be ready for something, you know, Flavor Flav's a man. You know, eventually he lost his fame, and when the reality show boom did happen in the late 90s, early 2000s, he, of course, jumped on that bandwagon with a show called The Surreal Life. And Surreal Life was about just a bunch of B-list celebrities from the past that they just, you know, crammed into a mansion and made them fight it out.
Man, you listen to Flav for a second.
What came from that show was Bridget Nelson and Flavor Flav's love.
I'm good? You got food on your mouth, lady.
You don't think that those two people were going to end up together, but they did, and it was strange, which brought us to the next show, Strangelove, with him and Bridget Nelson, and of course that just showcased their strange love. Eventually, it didn't work out.
Romantically, we're over. Done. Because she's somebody's wife.
Flav just needed some loving, you know, and what's a man to do when you need some loving? He gets his own reality TV show.
Word.
He forces 20 girls to fight over his love and affection.
Sometimes Flavor Flav gets lonely. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take 20 girls and I'm going to put them to the test. I'm going to see which one of these girls love Flavor Flav the best.
So that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool premise for a show. And it worked out because it's hilarious.
Word.
I was talking to my stupid kid about this show, and he had no idea who Flavor Flav was, let alone the show. So, you know, I pulled it up, and right off the bat,
Told my parents about being on the show, and they said, oh no. But I tried to explain that Flavor Flav is no longer an addict, and he's may or may not be taking care of his children, I don't know. His record is behind him, and he's romantic at heart.
nothing could make that funnier than it already is. Hopefully he's taking care of his kids, though. It never really addresses that here on the show. And then there's this chick who's one of my favorites because she's really weird.
I'm Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
You have such a big clock.
Flav sort of reminds me of my dad because they're both like clowns. And Flav has gold teeth. So does my dad. Yeah.
Not every girl on the show is all weird like that. Some of them are just sluts.
I have some 34 double Ds, which are all natural. I think that those are total assets to attract his attention.
So apparently Mr. Flav's got the same problem I have, and he can't remember people's names. So what he does is he makes up names for these girls and just stuff to help him remember things that'll be more obvious, you know, by looking. And, you know, he puts name tags on them so that he remembers who they are. He also puts them in very inconspicuous spots so that he's not disrespecting these ladies.
When I was putting the name tags on the girls, my hands were somewhat doing a little traveling.
Now keep in mind that this is a reality TV show, which would mean every one of these girls had to try out for this show, probably not even knowing what was going on. And then they meet Flavor Flav, and one of the first things he does is touch their naughty bits. I don't know. I mean, that's a little weird, but I mean, like, I guess money's money, right?
When I'm in the mansion with him, my man, and we're enjoying all the money, then I'll be fine.
But now here's the problem, is that I still can't remember people's names. much less nicknames that he writes. Some of them I can remember, some of them fit him pretty good, and some of them I just have to get new nicknames for. So I'll introduce the girls some, and then when I have one with a different name, I'll let you know. The first one up is the luckiest girl of the group. She gets the best name by far. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Oyster.
What are you gonna call me?
Oyster.
Oyster! Oh, no!
Yo, Oyster.
No, you can't call me Oyster.
Don't tell me what I can do.
All right.
That's a great name, Oyster. I don't know why she's so upset about it. And the next one's gonna be Apples. I hate Apples, and she's not even on the show very long. I just don't like how she looks like a fucking apple.
I thought I might not fit in with the other women. I wasn't sure how ghetto some people might be, you know?
You think he was naming her Apple because of her red, but I think it's because her face and her head look like an apple with a face on it. I may be wrong, I may be judging her too, but Jesus, I just don't like her. Now this one here is called Sweetie apparently, but I don't think that's gonna stick with me because I don't know, you know, by looking at her how sweet she is. So we're gonna go with Horseface because
I just believe that Flav's gonna like look inside my eyes and like see my big heart and be like.
Then you got Nip Nip here. She is very, very concerned that we may not know her nipple location.
You got the cherries.
That's right. I have like really big nipples, like on my breasts.
Now this chick has no discernible characteristics whatsoever, I guess.
Let me see what I'm gonna call you. Alright, check this out.
Like scuba diving? Shells.
I'm giving you the name Shells.
Now there's this one.
I'm so glad you told me that, like, come out here. My family is really, really, really smart, like, and I was adopted.
Isn't she great? We're gonna go with Guinea Pig. We're gonna call this one Guinea Pig. On account of she looks like a guinea pig.
Hi. Hi.
To be honest, none of those girls even matter on this show. There's only two that matter. The two that brought this show to life, that really, really made a difference. Pumpkin and New York. Now, New York, her name is New York because she's from New York, obviously, and she's a flaming bitch.
It's a bunch of
Pumpkin's a dipshit, but also I think her head looks like a pumpkin, and that's why he named her Pumpkin.
What's going on with you?
Well, I'm a substitute teacher, a cheerleading coach, and a hypnotist assistant.
I don't know, but these two right here are what it's about, to be honest with you. So after they get named and groped and everything, they're told to go explore the house and the property and everything and check each other out and check the house out and whatever. And they notice, the first thing they notice is that there's 15 beds and 20 bitches. So some of them are in trouble.
There's 20 girls, but 15 beds.
So later they have a party and they get to dress up and go and get drunk, talk to each other and hang out with Flavor Flav, see what he's about, and you know, compete for one-on-one time with him. And he decides with this interaction and everything who he's gonna keep, you know, and who he's gonna send home this first night.
I'm here for him. And if I'm here for him and you're here for him too, you better watch out, because it will be a fight to the end. I will not give up. I will not go away. I'm here to stay.
So the way he gets rid of him is he has a clock hanging ceremony. Because he has the big clock around his neck, I assume he wants his bitches to have clocks around their necks too. So what he does, he picks the ones he wants and the other ones don't get clocks. And so he calls the ones he's keeping up and he hangs clocks around their neck. And he very, very awkwardly says, "You know what time it is."
I know what time it is, girl.
If you walked up to me and hung a clock around my neck and said, "You know what time it is," I would reply, "No, sir, I don't know what time it is," or I would wonder what time it is, or I would think that meant I was supposed to do something or there was a question involved. I don't know, but it's an awkward statement, especially if you're face to face with somebody hanging a necklace on them. But like, whatever. So this first day is all well and good and easy, but there are some challenges to come. Now I think in the next episode, Flavor Flav has them get ready to go meet some of his old friends.
Go make yourselves pretty because you're going to meet some old friends of mine. Stop.
They think that they're gonna, charm and seduce some of the members of Public Enemy or some other friends that he has.
Today, I'm sending 5 of these young ladies out to see some very old friends of mine.
We're actually going, woohoo!
Flav knows a ton of celebrities.
Bring it on.
I have a feeling that Flav's old friends is Public Enemy, and I can't wait.
They go to a nursing home. And they have to take care of old people.
Hi. How are you? No, we didn't really know we were coming.
My first thought was, oh my God, I wish I would have wore a turtleneck.
Old folks' homes have the most venereal diseases of anywhere, so they probably all right with it.
I will teach you, you bet.
But this is really just a test to see if they can take care of Flav when he gets older, And a few people, did real well with these elderly people. New York, not so much. Looks like she was gonna throw up.
Would you help me get my teeth in? I had to soak them here.
Okay, sure. I can. Yeah, I can.
It's okay, because Horseface here can do it. She can do anything. She loves old people.
Will you help me put my teeth in? Will you?
Oh, did I go backwards? Let me see. I love elderly people and children, so I was like.
So does this chick, Fiona. She loves old people too, I guess. She just likes to rub their feet.
I mean, I even put her feet right in my lap.
Yeah. Ooh, look at that swollen.
Yeah, what happened?
That's a little weird. I don't even think they asked her to. So the point of that fun outing was to kind of see who did the best there, and he's gonna take her out to dinner at his favorite restaurant.
Sweetie, where you took those teeth, man, and shoved it in the lady's mouth, G. Taking you to dinner.
So they go do that, and it turns out to be Red Lobster. She is a greedy bitch, and she does not like that at all, but,
Red Lobster.
I'm starving like Marvin. Give me the turkey, I'm carving. I'll get this stuff out of there, don't I?
So the next challenge that falls upon these young prostitutes is taking care of a bunch of kids during a birthday party. So that's about the same as old people, but they got energy. That's the part that'll get you, is the energy they got. And they talk too fucking much.
Basically, it was too much on the paper. We couldn't keep up with everything we had to do for the little girl.
I'm really not too worried because I'm a substitute teacher and a cheerleading coach.
A lot of girls do really good.
I didn't wear that outfit, that's for sure.
I'm gonna make you a special one, okay?
Most of the kids were sweet. Some of them.
They really do a good job, but not Pumpkinhead here. Pumpkin's a little different.
There was a little kid who was like a year old, and he was crying and crying and crying. I was just thinking, shut this baby up. Do you want a drink?
She does a terrible job. She acts like she don't like kids at all, and yeah, she fails miserably at this. Oddly enough, Pumpkin, she is a substitute teacher and a cheerleading coach.
I'm a substitute teacher, a cheerleading coach, and a hypnotist assistant. I'm really not too worried because I'm a substitute teacher and a cheerleading coach. Because I'm a substitute teacher and a cheerleading coach.
Here I am as, no, I'm a substitute teacher and a cheerleading coach, and he basically told everybody that they did a great job except for me. And
Yeah, well, good job, Pumpkin. Get over yourself. Even though Pumpkin messed up, and even though New York messed up with the old people, they're still allowed to stick around.
Oh my gosh, scared of the crap.
You know what time it is.
Thank you so much.
Now, a little further along, they get to meet Flavor Flav's mom and get to go to church with her.
It's like, do you know where we're going? It's the house of the Lord. Have some respect.
Small ladies.
Girls.
And then they also get to cook her a nice meal.
Serious speaking, all jokes aside now, y'all, listen. I like to eat, and I like a girl that can cook. Whoever makes the best fried chicken tonight wants a date out on the town tonight with me and my moms.
So the best part about this challenge here is old Big Face.
I was raised vegetarian with a lot of fresh vegetables, so I incorporated vegetables into my recipes. But this should be a good recipe. I think she'll like it.
Hotie's so dumb.
She doesn't know how to cook. So what she does is she just stuffs a bunch of vegetables inside of a chicken here, and then she puts it in the microwave. And of course, there's a chicken button, so that ought to cook the chicken. So she hits the chicken button and just goes with it, I guess, one time, and that's enough. And then she decides this meal is fit for a queen.
The microwave, put the chicken in, and there was a button that said chicken.
That didn't work so good, and she serves Flavor Flav and his mom a raw chicken. Not even like a little raw, like a completely raw chicken.
I was the final one, and I knew that the vegetables, the fact that it wasn't fried in heavy oil, would win this date for me.
It ain't cooked.
So he gets a little pissed off. That doesn't really work out too well in her favor. Now we're gonna speed up a little bit and get to the part where Pumpkin gets voted off, and the part that Pumpkin's most famous for.
Slap me, bitch! You put your hands on me! Did you see that bitch spit in my face?
Right in her face.
Would you accept this clap from?
Absolutely.
Would you?
Yes, I will.
New York, you know what time it is.
I do, baby.
Let's make a little toast right now. And then after that, then you can go and whoop our ass.
Flavor Flav's the shit.
Word.
And everything he does is awesome, and this show is no exception.
Thank y'all for dealing with me and tolerating my seriousness.
I guess the moral of the story is, if at first you don't succeed, trap a bunch of bitches in a house and make them love you. Guys, please like and subscribe. It really helps me out. And always remember, don't hate each other. Hate yourself. Peace.
Satisfied.
It's what happens when you leave crazy people alone.